So the workforce climate, it's been changing for the past couple of years, ever since the pandemic hit, and it's expected to continue to change into the new year. We have a look at the top 5 workplace trends for 2023, from a bigger focus on job purpose to creative retention policies to shifting diversity strategies. Employees are demanding a better work-life balance, and employers are desperate to fill positions. Joining me right now to help break all of this down and the meaning behind it is Jessica Kriegel, Chief Scientist of Workplace Culture and Culture Partners. Thank you so much for being here. What a title you have. We've heard of
Thank you. I love it.
Yeah, we've heard of the Great Resignation, followed by the Great Regret, quiet quitting, loud layoffs. I mean, there's a hashtag for all of these things, but maybe we can help those who are at home understand what exactly we're seeing.
We've seen a lot of swings this last year in 2022. It started with the Great Resignation, and really employees had the power. They were not putting up with bad workplace culture, and they were moving to another organization that was a better fit for them. Then at the end of 2022, you started to see these massive layoffs, and it felt like employers were taking the power back. And now we're wondering what's going to happen in 2023. Well, I think you're going to continue to see some shifts, but a little bit more stability. And what's going to happen is employers are going to start with why more in order to attract better talent. That means focusing on the purpose. What is the mission that the organization has? What contribution are we going to make to the world? What meaning do we have in the work that we do? Because employees are looking for that. They want to know more than where am I getting my paycheck? They want to know what purpose am I helping to accomplish in this world?
Yeah, absolutely. And the meaning behind what they're doing beyond the bottom line. Instead of quiet quitting, how do you get the employee to be comfortable enough to communicate with their manager about maybe improving company culture or changing things so that they feel like they want to stay?
It has to start with elevated leadership. The leaders need to take the lead in having those uncomfortable conversations. We need to be giving each other more frequent feedback. One stat said that if companies give their employees more frequent feedback exchanges, they're more likely to have 14% higher retention. So there's going to be lots of creative retention policies that you're going to start seeing now. There's one organization, for example, Keep Financial. They're organizing a system in which employees can take a loan for some personal event, like putting a down payment on a house. And then if they stay with their employer for a certain period of time, the loan gets forgiven. And so those kind of creative retention strategies are going to be prevalent in 2023 as employers try and keep their people happy.
Is the 4-day work week going to, you think, be something that sticks around? Do you think that it's going to be a successful tool to retain employees?
Absolutely. You see pilot after pilot showing that productivity does not suffer when you have the 4-day work week. And so we're going to start to go into the real world. At least in the UK, it started to take hold. In the US, it's going to begin to as well. With people working from home, there's no reason that we can't be working longer hours for 4 days a week rather than 8 hours and 5 days a week.
What can employers do to be successful during the recession if we do, in fact, head into a recession?
That's a great question. We just published some research on this last year. In order to navigate through a recession successfully, leaders need to lead with equanimity, which is a balanced approach. It's not leading with fear. It's not saying, oh my goodness, it's a recession, we got to lay off a bunch of people. And it's not investing too quickly or cutting too harshly. It's all about remembering that recessions don't last that long, and actually the ROI of laying off a bunch of people and then having to rehire them after the recession and retrain them may not actually be there. So just stay calm.
Stay calm, stay the course. What's the best approach for culture alignment when it comes to staff and to actually building culture when you might not even have one?
Oh, this is my favorite subject. So culture is the experiences that we share, which lead to the beliefs we have about the work that we're doing, about each other. And those beliefs determine the actions we take in the workplace, and that's what gets us results. So culture alignment is all about being intentional about the experiences that we co-create. Those experiences can come in the form of feedback that we give each other. It's the stories that we tell. I mean, it even happens when we're not together in person. I have an experience when I log into a Zoom call and my boss is 2 minutes late. Not having those negative experiences will lead to more positive beliefs, which leads to more engaged action, and that leads to results. And our research shows if you get that cultural alignment, you can improve your results by 62%. So it is a powerful tool.
Yes, the people need to know they belong. Thank you so much, Jessica Kriegel, for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.